And here are your JMU Dukes. Everyone is trying to get our boy Joe Discher hyped up. Look, last week Joe Discher had the worst performance of his entire career. He's on a short leash. Coach Mike Houston says, look, if you play like you did last week, you're coming out the game and Chase Sinclair will be playing in your position. Now, if you look at the standings, Florida State now is ahead of us. That conference loss is definitely going to come back to bite us, but hopefully we can rack out some W's and they'll catch a couple of L's to make sure we can win this division. Before we hop into this huge game against Clemson, I want to show you guys the top 25 and why Clemson may just not be as bad as you think they actually are. Now, if you look at this, UCLA, Florida State after beating us moves to number 2, and then Alabama are your top 3 teams. And we only fell 2 spots, which blows my mind. We're still in the national title contention, which I have no idea how, but you know what? I'll take being number 7 in the nation at the moment. Now, Michigan and Ohio State are number 9 and number 10, but if we go down here to Clemson at 22, they are 3-3 right now. But if you go ahead and look at their more info really quick, and we look at kind of who they've played so far this season, they lost to Notre Dame, a top 10 team, Miami, a top 20 team, and Pittsburgh, they actually ended up beating them. So they've had 2 losses against really, really good teams. Granted, they were kind of blowouts, but I'm hoping we could be another ranked loss for them today. And for the rest of you that actually care what the top 25 looks like, UTEP, Navy, and then Louisiana Tech are going to be your 23, 24th, and 25th teams in the nation. This game is already big enough with Clemson being our opponent, but we also have a couple of things that make it even bigger. Now, we have the number 1 strong safety in the nation visiting us, the 21st athlete in the nation, and the number 12 free safety. Lots of big implications in today's game. And here is the man that we want to see play better. Yeah, they don't show his interceptions there, but he threw a lot of them last week. With Joe Discher on a short leash this week, we're going to start off with the running play because I don't know if the coach fully trusts Joe Discher to actually make the right play here. Now, he's going to pitch one out here. We got Henry Castle, who gets 4 yards but then gets destroyed. After a 4-yard gain, we got 2nd and 6 now. Discher again lines up, he throws a pass out to the left-hand side, and Jordan Dodson, a man that we've been wanting to see get involved more and more in the offense, starts the game off with the first down. A new set of downs, and Discher is ready to go here. He sees a guy cross the middle, he throws it to Clay Smith, and Clay Smith is off to the races. A big catch that gets us down inside of the 20 there. 39 yards on that grab. Inside the 20 now, and we're trying to put in some damage here. Now, Discher with all the time in the world, he does see a guy cross the middle. The drag route actually works, and Drew Coates goes down. So just like that, lightning quick, 7 points on the board for JMU, and Joe Discher actually looked really good there. And the team that we needed to lose is Nebraska. They end up getting upset by Wisconsin, which means if we win, we move up at least 1 spot in the top 25. And there's a big opportunity for the JMU defense to step up today. This quarterback, Bryant, is disgusting. I think it's Kelly Bryant, and he's actually really good. And we're going to throw a mix of both man and zone defense, and there's a big stop. Kelly Bryant gets stopped for a loss of 5 yards. So on 3rd and 7, it's an empty backfield for Kelly Bryant. He's going to put his slot guy in motion a little bit. We've got a couple of options here, but a big stop there, a sack on Kelly Bryant, drops it for 2 yards again, and Aries Cole in on that stop. We're starting our 2nd drive of the game. This time Henry Castle comes back in motion. Last drive started off with the Henry Castle run, and this time it does 2, just not really a very good one. 2nd and 11, we got Discher back here in shotgun. There's not really a lot of pressure. There is a little bit at the end, but Drew Coates says, don't mind if I catch this one, and Drew Coates is running. Drew Coates is going to go to the house just like this. Joe Discher has said, look, I know last week I had like 5 or 6 turnovers, but so far in today's game, 4 for 4, 129, and 2 passing touchdowns. I think Coach Mike Houston is happy with how he's playing. Now, Clemson has seen JMU go down and score just consecutive times on them, and now they got to do something big. So they're going to try to get this going, and the pass to the flats ends up going for what should have been nothing, ended up being 14. But we have definitely seen it before where the JMU Dukes have had plenty of a lead, and then they kind of blew it, especially in the second half. Now here we're going to see if Smallwood can get to it. He can't, but a big hit there by Charles Tutt on the edge. Now we've got 2nd and 3. They're going to go to an option here. We're going to try to get Smallwood to the edge. He ends up hitting Fuller, but it's not enough. Xavier Lewis, though, pushes him out of bounds. We have struggled to get pressure on Kelly Bryant, and we're going to try to get it here. Now, they end up going for the QB keeper, and this one is going to be a big game by Bryant. He stumbles, he fumbles, he almost fumbles, but he gets 20 yards on that game. Now, here we go again on 2nd and 12. They got the guy moving in motion in the backfield. Kelly Bryant's got all the time in the world. He's going to look for a check down. We're going to go to get the hit, and there we go. Charles Tutt and Smallwood in on the tackle to stop him after 4. Can JMU get a stop now? It's 3rd and 8. We have been doing pretty well the past couple of plays, but can we get the stop here when it matters the most? Now, the ball's going everywhere, and this one is intercepted. Rashad Jean Jr. lays out completely. Intercept. Looks like Dennis Rodman in the NBA Finals. That's why he's the co-captain of this defense. Big-time players make big-time plays, and he got one. Now, Clemson has the ball, and they got pretty good field position after a pretty mediocre punt. So we're going to try to get something here. King Ortiz can't stop him. They're running out like crazy, and Fuller is going to find his way down inside the 15 on a 30-yard rush that had no business being longer than 5. So here we go. 2nd and 11. Kelly Bryant lines back up in the pistol. We're watching for the short underneath routes. Bryant's going to try to move through, but we finally hit him, but we stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 11. Last time we were here, we got a major turnover for ourselves. Now, can we stop him here? This one's going to be close, but they go an underneath pick route. Deion Kane gets in on a 13-yard touchdown reception, and just like that, Clemson is within a score. At the start of the second quarter, we want to get Joe Discher into the running game a little bit. Now, he hasn't been super involved in it so far in today's game, but we want to make sure he can at least get his feet going there. Discher's back in the shotgun here. Little play action fake. We do have some pressure coming in our face. A smidge. We're going to throw this one across the middle, and Henry Castle might have died on that play. No, he's fine. He got up, but this dude went out with a one-handed grab, got hit, kind of did a corkscrew. Look at it. One-handed grab, corkscrews, and he held on to it. We're going to keep this drive moving, and we're giving him a steady dose of the run. More runs on this drive than we've had so far in today's game, but there we go. Another solid one by Trey Sharp. We got 2nd and 3 and under 5 minutes left here in this quarter. We got the running back out of the backfield. We throw one to Woods, and Taylor Woods, the backup running back, goes down inside the 25. Got a man in motion. This time it's Henry Castle. He's slowly recovered from that hard hit he took earlier. We're going to go out here. We pitch this one as he's falling down. Joe Discher somehow gets rid of that one. Henry Castle says, don't mind me. I'm just going to force my way down for 16 yards to make it 1st and goal. Now, say what you will about Joe Discher. Last week, he absolutely deserves all the criticism. But so far this week, we don't want to jinx ourselves. He has been money. And this time he finds Donovan McGeechee, who gets a 10-yard grab. But I think it's going to be 2nd and inches here. So here we go. 2nd and goal. We're going to hand the ball off here to Sharp. Sharp goes up the middle. He gets kind of, oh no, he trips over the quarterback to make it 3rd and goal with the loss of 1. We've got 3rd and goal now. We're going to pull a Seahawks. We're going to pass the ball right here on the 1-yard line. Now a couple of options across the middle, though. We do see Henry Castle, who gets murdered for the 2nd time in today's game. But he holds on to it. He shows his composure. And that's the 3rd passing touchdown on the day for Joe Discher. Now Clemson's in a bad spot right now. We have scored to make it 21-7. And their offense, I mean, they did okay on the last drive, but they haven't really been great outside of that. Now a quick check down pass here goes to the left, and we destroy Milan Richard on that one. Now 2nd and 7, Brian goes back to the shotgun. I feel like a QB option is going to be happening here, but we're going to blitz off the edge, see if we can get some screaming stuff off here. But he's going to break past it. Kelly Bryant has been an animal so far today, finding the running lanes and making us pay. So it's 3rd and 4. We're looking to get a stop. We need a stop now. They flow one over, and this one is nearly intercepted. Matthew Bell breaks it up, or King Ortiz breaks it up, but it could have been a pick by Charles Tutt. JMU's home crowd could not be more hyped right now. I mean, they saw him lose a tough game against Florida State last week where the offense couldn't do anything. The defense just played their heart out, and now they're getting behind their team, hoping they can do something big here. Under 2 minutes, and JMU is looking to score again here. The question is, can they score now? Henry Castle says, don't mind me. Oh, the juke move by Henry Castle. I mean, he's taking some big hits, but he's made a lot of big plays today. The clock keeps moving, and Joe Discher is looking to get more yards here. Now, we've got a quick check down to the halfback. We're going to try and get something here. The little move there, we get the 1st down. Oh, Trey Sharp is still going, and just like a veteran, he gets out of bounds after 21. With the clock stopping, 1:30 left in the game, we're going to see if Joe Discher can actually go to work here. Now, we do see Dodson out, but Discher holds on to it too long and gets sacked for a loss of 7. 2nd and a whole lot of yards because Discher took an unfortunate sack on that last drive. Now, across the middle, we do see, it looks like Sean McMahon, and Sean McMahon goes down, make it 3rd and 4 with a minute left. We're going to call a timeout here to try to at least get one more first. 3rd and 4, technically we're probably in field goal position, but we want to try to get something major here. Now, a pass across the middle goes to McMahon, and McMahon is going to get right past the safety and the defensive back. 28 yards there for Sean McMahon. 4 touchdowns in the 1st half for Joe Discher. Excuse me? Is this the same player? At the end of the 1st half, it has been a monster game by our offense, and an even better game by our defense, holding Clemson only 7 points. But we don't want to pull the Falcons. We don't want to blow this lead. Let's close it out here in the 2nd half. Clemson's going to try to start this 2nd half much different than they did that 1st half. Now, they're going to pass a lot, but we're ready for the quarterback to run a lot. And here, Smallwood's going to try to bring him down, but King Ortiz gets to him first. If we have learned anything, it is that this man right here, Mr. Bryant, Kelly Bryant, is going to try to run a lot, but Aubrey's Cole says not so fast. So it's 3rd and 4. We're going to press cover a little bit here to try to make things difficult, and they're going to keep it to the running back this time. I'm actually surprised that we stop him only after a yard to make it 4th and 3. The JMU Dukes defense kills it again. This time, Discher has both Sharp and Woods back in the backfield. So he's going to try to keep this one. He's moving out. He's going to pitch this one. No, he's actually going to keep it. I feel it. Don't fumble it. Just keep that one and don't get a turnover. On 2nd and 5, I don't want to jinx anything, but so far, Joe Discher has played mistake-free football, and he keeps it the same here as he goes to Jordan Dodson. Look at the big fella scrambling, going all the way down, trucks a defender, and gets 32 on that game. We're going back to have the wide receiver in motion. This time it's Sean McMahon. Discher's going to let him set in the backfield. We go to the play action fake. We pitch this one out. Sean McMahon's got some moves here. Oh, look at the moves by Sean McMahon, getting 6 yards on that carry. And on 3rd and 2, we'll give it back to Trey Sharp, but he's got to get some first downs. 6 rushes, 7 yards is not exactly good for the young fella, but he finds some room here. He's going to try to juke his way through, gets dropped inside the 10, and now his first big rush of the game goes for 12. JMU finds themselves with 1st and goal now. Jordan Dodson's going to move across the middle, and we've got him locked in this time. Dodson gets into the end zone. Back-to-back games with a touchdown for Jordan Dodson. That's exactly what we want to see, but Joe Discher now has 5 passing touchdowns, 1 away from the school record. We got 2nd and 8 for Clemson, and again, Kelly Bryant looking for something. He does find the tight end on this one, but we kill him on that one. I don't know how that dude didn't fumble. Here we go with 2:40 left. Clemson is desperately needing something. They got a couple of options, but Kelly Bryant says, oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to go ahead and run this one. Charleston makes him fumble. He fumbles, but Travion Thompson scoops that one up after 21 yards. JMU could have bailed themselves out, but unfortunately, Clemson gets that one back. 2nd and 5 now. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Kelly Bryant is at it. He throws one deep over here. Rashad Robinson almost gets over there, but it's out of bounds, and he says, not today on me. So with 3rd and 5, we're going to move into press coverage and just hope that if nothing else, we can stop Kelly Bryant from scrambling on us. Now, he's going to try to scramble here, but Aries Cole says, not today. Stops him short of the marker, only a 2 or 3 yard gain, and the big fella is going to force a field goal. But wait a second, they're actually going to go for it. So 4th and 3, Clemson is in do or die territory. They throw one over here, and they've got a guy open in Richard, and Richard brings it in inside the 20. Well, Clemson continues to go to a hurry-up offense. We're going to try to get a blitz off the side, but we can't, and they get inside, I believe, to the 1 now, inside the 5. Deion Kane for 17. JMU is looking to get a stop here. They're going to try to get out. Aries Cole can't quite get him. Branch can't quite get him, and Clemson scores to cut the lead from 35-7 to 35-14. Even though JMU has a pretty considerable lead, I do not want to rest on our laurels a moment. I want to keep making sure we put on the pressure to this team. And we throw an interception. This one is intercepted. Discher's first pick of the afternoon. He's trying to go for touchdown number 6, and instead he gets interception number 1. This is what Clemson has been waiting for. A little bit of a window, great field position. What are they going to do with it? But this time, Curtis Oliver says, you're not going to run on my side. 2nd and 11 now. Bryant's back in shotgun. They're going to opt to run this one. They go up the middle, and the lanes are right there. We end up getting kind of a horse collar tackle to bring down Fuller, but another first down for Clemson. Going into the 4th quarter, it's 35-14. We've got a big lead, but we need to score more touchdowns, get Joe Discher that record, and just make some big stops on defense. At the start of the 4th quarter, Clemson is right where they want to be. They're in scoring position. I mean, they would obviously love to be up in this game, but they have no chance to be up at the moment. But a big tackle, unfortunately, that puts them down inside the goal. 1st and goal. Here we go. Get the blitz going, but they're going to keep running the ball, and they find a hole. Mr. Choice, Adam Choice, goes in for a 9-yard touchdown run, and look, don't look now, but it's about to be a 14-point lead for JMU. And even though Joe Discher has been electric in today's game, if he makes one more turnover, Coach Mike Houston has vowed that he will pull him out of the ball game and put in the backup quarterback. This is the biggest drive of the game for Joe Discher and the JMU Dukes. Now, what is going to happen here? Discher's going to roll out. He's got an opportunity. He could keep this one himself, and he is. He's going to push himself for the first down, but he fumbles. That's it. Mike Houston is going to pull Joe Discher out of the game. Back-to-back drives, throwing an interception and fumbling. His day is over with. It's crazy to think that Joe Discher has an opportunity to break the school record for most passing touchdowns in the game, but he won't get an opportunity to just because how poor he's been on the past 2 drives. Instead, this defense is going to be put in another bad spot, forced to try to make some stops here, but the running game has been so big for Clemson on this drive. If Clemson scores one more time here, this game is going to only be a 1-score game, and this is going to be likely a touchdown. Branch misses, Rashad Jean Jr. gets him, and CJ Fuller runs off another 13-yard touchdown. We now have a single-score ball game. The blame can go in a lot of different places, but you have to give credit to Clemson. They have found a way to put points on this scoreboard to make sure they get the drives going. And Clayton Smith says, don't worry, I'm going to get a 35-yard return to help us get a better field position. The biggest drive of Chase Sinclair's career so far is about to happen. Now across the middle, we do see a guy, and it's Drew Coates, who we haven't seen much today, but he gets a huge pass brought in there. We need to chew as much of this clock as humanly possible. So again, we're going to opt to run the ball here. Trey Sharp, though, can go nowhere. There's nowhere to run for him on those lanes. We're chewing the clock now for JMU, trying to make sure they don't have really much time to do anything. And again, across the middle, we have an opportunity, but Chase Sinclair throws that one completely wide and bails out Clemson. So 3rd down and 10, we need Chase Sinclair to do something huge here. Now, we do get a pass across the middle. It looks like Henry Castle, and Henry Castle gets the first down. They gave him the best spot I have ever seen for JMU. If they had accurately spotted that one, I don't think we're actually getting the first down there, and that would have been 4th down and probably a punt. I don't think we're actually kicking a field goal from that spot. Now, Trey Sharp is starting to run wild a little bit, getting 8 yards on that carry. We have to keep running the ball, keep completing the passes. If we can keep completing passes and just running the ball properly, I think we can walk out of here with a W. Now, a big run there by Trey Sharp for 7 to get a first down. With 2nd and 10, we're lining back up. We're going to a power run formation here. Trey Sharp tries to slip between the tackles to get 5 yards to make it 3rd and 5, and that's Clemson's last time out of the game. We're in a tough spot here on 3rd and 5. We're going to opt to run, but it's a little bit of a trick play here. And we're going to see him keep it. Chase Sinclair is going to keep this one, and look at the big fella get the first down. Clemson's out of timeouts. We have 2 minutes left, and I think we're going to be okay. And even though we got that first down, we still have to make sure we can just drive it up a little bit more. And Trey Sharp says, don't mind me. I'm going to get 5 more yards to make it 2nd and goal. And when you were this close to the end zone, this is pretty much the ball game right here. We don't have enough time, but we're going to run the ball here and hope we can get it to the end zone. And Trey Sharp does his first score of the afternoon on a 2-yard touchdown run. That is going to seal this game 41-28. Clemson catches the L, and JMU is going to catch that W. Another top 5 team loses as Alabama gets blown out by Tennessee, helping us again. So while Joe Discher definitely played better than what he played last week, those 2 turnovers on back-to-back drives, can't really be happy with him. Still, he walks out with the player of the game, 5 touchdowns, a whole lot of yards, but there's a lot of disappointment with Joe Discher in this locker room. So to recap all the stats, Joe Discher goes 15 of 19, almost 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, which ties the school record. Could have had 6 had he not thrown an interception and then fumbled on back-to-back drives when coach pulled him for Chase Sinclair, who goes 2 for 3, 22 yards. Didn't really have to do anything major, but he was serviceable when we needed him to be. On the ground, Trey Sharp had 18 carries for 65 yards and 1 touchdown, which ultimately sealed the game at the end. Discher had a couple, Henry Castle had a couple, but nobody else really did too much there. In the air, Henry Castle had 4 catches, leading us in the day with 47 yards, 1 touchdown. Jordan Dotson also got back into the end zone this week, but Drew Coates had 91 yards and 2 touchdowns, along with Sean McMahon, who had 2 catches, 41 yards, and another touchdown for him. And defensively, we saw Charles Tutt with 6 tackles today. King Ortiz had 5 of his own with a sack. If you look at our sack leaders over here, you're going to see that we had basically Aries Cole, King Ortiz, and Curtis Holmes all with 1 sack each. And for our interceptions, only 1 guy got a pick today. It was incredible, and it was by Rashad Jean Jr. And as always, if you guys are enjoying this JMU series and you want to see more, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's go for like 400 likes in today's video. If you want to see more as well, make sure you subscribe. Check the playlist on the screen and watch another one right now, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.